All right, you guys, what's going on? This your boy Town. So I decided to do a video about this because I wanted to gather all my notes, my mental notes, and information that I received, earlier this morning. People sent this to me, asking me to talk about this, and of course, I was going to talk about it because I had been one of the people that followed this case pretty much from beginning to end to the unjust conviction. And people didn't listen to facts when it pertained to this case. This was about more emotion and agenda pushing. You know, the bogus Me Too, the bogus believe all women, which is complete crap. So, in case you guys don't know, um, earlier this morning, Officer Whack, or District Attorney Whack 100, basically was on a podcast with Milagro Grams. And in case you don't know, Milagro Grams, she is the woman that covered the court case, that actually covered the trial, that went to the trial. And she did an excellent job of how she covered the trial. Very informative. I listened to her. I listened to um, a guy that I'm not very fond of. I listened to some of the stuff he had to say in academics, and then I had my own assessment, did my own note taking, and from the beginning, this trial was very sketchy, and based off expertise from attorneys themselves, criminal lawyers, most people believed that Tory Lanez was going to beat this case. Um, Too many inconsistencies, um, too much circumstantial evidence, no video, no audio, no DNA on the weapon in question, no witnesses that saw him. And as a shocker, he was convicted. And now he's serving 10 years in prison. And they have basically denied him a retrial. And he's trying to appeal and get a retrial, which he should. Now, WAC 100, which I already talked about this, I already had heard that the DA suppressed evidence, withheld testimony that could better Tory Lanez's chance of beating this case. They did a lot of shady stuff pertaining to this case because this was all about division and agenda pushing, further dividing the black community between black men and black women, the whole protect black women notion, which it appears that Tory Lanez is sitting in jail because he tried to protect a black woman. In all likelihood, many people with common sense believe who was the person that allegedly shot Megan Thee Stallion. And it wasn't Tory Lanez, because Kelsey wouldn't have asked for immunity if she didn't do anything. And to me, it was about hanging and drying Tory Lanez. Just like what happened with Snoop Dogg many, many years ago when he was on trial for, you know, when he was on trial for murder was the case that they gave me. Him and his bodyguard. It should have been an open and shut case. It was clearly, when I say it was the most open and shut case, clear indication of self-defense. But you had a DA that just had a hard on for rappers and celebrities, because you got to understand a lot of these district attorneys, they don't like celebrities. They are envious of them and they hate them because some of them failed at music, may have failed at sports, and that's why sometimes they try to throw the book at them, even though this isn't a case to throw the book at them. Or sometimes it's not even a situation where you should go to trial. You should just drop the charges. You know, at least with the Devin Haney situation, the DA came to the conclusion that Devin was in his right. He did nothing wrong, and they basically threw it out of court, which they should have did in a lot of different situations. But like I said, whenever you can fry a black man, and I know people are talking about feminism. I listen to other people's video. I listen to CJ's video. He says some good stuff, but he says stuff I didn't agree with because I feel like feminism is really targeted towards black men. They will scapegoat and they will have a sacrificial lamb that may be, you know, of Caucasian persuasion. Now I'm gonna tell you something. When these white men get tired of Western women and their antics, pointed towards them, they gonna shut that down because at the end of the day, they put them in power. They basically put them in power basically to come after us, and particularly black men. And I stand on that. But allegedly there is a video that basically could possibly get Tory Lanez out of trouble, or at least get him a fair and get him a fair retrial. They're saying that there's some kind of audio, and they're saying that the district attorneys, the prosecutors, had it all along, and they suppressed it. Now, if it comes out that they suppressed evidence, and this wouldn't surprise me because we know the long history of LA, that they don't play fair. There should be multiple lawsuits, and people need to get disbarred, and they shouldn't be able to practice law on any type of level whatsoever. And that's just the bottom line. And I want to say something. Don't come on here if you hear this video thinking that I'm just side with Tory Lanez because he a man and all that kind of stuff. No, I went by the evidence that was presented. And most people with common sense did. I wouldn't no protect black woman stuff because let's just face the fact, Megan Thee Stallion ain't what you would call the most innocent character or innocent person in this situation, because to be honest with you, keep in mind what led to all this. She got into a fight with Kelsey in behind her, basically trying to backdoor Kelsey or backdooring Kelsey in behind Tory Lanez. Now, my thing is, if it turns out that Megan Thee Stallion lied, which, by the way, Megan Thee Stallion changed her story a couple of times about what happened, but people wasn't listening because you had people that was too busy trying to harass people that was trying to be objective and fair about this court trial. You had people coming on my channel harassing me. Of course, they were women. You might have had a couple of simps. But if it turns out that Megan Thee Stallion lied on Tory Lanez and sent a innocent black man to jail, then what happens to Megan Thee Stallion? Are you going to hold her accountable, or are you going to make excuses for her? Are you black women that was pushing the protect black women agenda, are you going to call her out? Are you going to remain spineless and gutless and hold her accountable? But we know somehow, some way, people gonna make excuses for Megan Thee Stallion. They gonna say so. Well, Tory Lanez shouldn't have been messing with both of them. And well, you know what? It take 2 or 3 to tangle. It's not like Megan Thee Stallion was forced to do anything. Allegedly, she hooked Kelsey up with Tory Lanez, and then she basically tried to backdoor her. And we all know that Megan Thee Stallion been linked to quite a few different people, from G-Eazy to a few other people. So, then you have this situation with people harassing Nicki Minaj about the diss record Bigfoot, calling her a bully and saying she need to leave her alone. Listen, if you ain't really tied to hip hop and you don't know the origins of battle rap, please go away. Please stay out of this. Please, I'm begging you. Please stay out of this because you're making a fool of yourself. There's no such thing as bullying somebody. Okay. She said something, Nicki Minaj responded. If Nicki Minaj got the best of Megan Thee Stallion, then so be it. But to sit up there and say she's bullying her and picking on her, that's just absurd. stay in your lane. Don't talk hip hop if you don't know the origins of hip hop, battle rapping, and all that kind of stuff. For real. Just like these dumbass Eminem fans be trying to have the audacity to try to discuss hip hop with me. You out of your league, Junior, especially if you're non-black. Okay? You're out of your league. You can't discuss black music with a black man. When you dumbasses stop trying to out black a black man, the better off you'll be. I know there's a lot of cornballs out here that think you got some kind of mythical ghetto hood pass, and you don't, just because you listen to culture vultures like Wacademics and a few other people. No, you ain't part of the family. You ain't one of us. So stay in your lane, bitch. But I just wanted to say that. But there's supposed to be videotape. They saying that they were private investigators involved, and they say a lot of evidence got turned in to the DA that would have helped Tory Lanez in his case, and basically it got suppressed. Well, it's too. I don't even want to hear that stuff because it's too late for that. You got somebody that's sitting in jail that looked like he innocent and was innocent from the gate. Tory Lanez's case was bogus. It was just it was bogus, and it was bogus. And then the very next year in December, the same month, just as Tory Lanez, December of 2022, and then you had December of 2023, Jonathan Majors was convicted in another bogus court case. Just because somebody is convicted don't mean that they did it. Now, it's funny how people tell us to accept the decision of the court, but then you still got people for 30 years still whining and crying about the OJ trial. But they won't let that go. But then they tell us we need to move on. I'm not moving on from this because, like I said, at the end of the day, I followed this trial and it was bogus. It was bogus. Now, the funny thing is, if it turns out that Megan Thee Stallion lied, which everybody knew she lied, then what? And if they start to apply pressure on Megan Thee Stallion, I wonder if Megan Thee Stallion gonna start naming names and saying, "Hey, I got told to do this. They forced me to do this," and that this starts at the top. And a lot of people think, and it ain't no conspiracy theory, because if you listen to what Tory Lanez's father said, he named the people that he said and that he thought has something to do with Tory Lanez getting a bunk trial. He said the names, that Joe Camel looking dude. And you know who I'm talking about. This is a dude that made all these records about how he used to move weight and how he used to do this in the streets and do that in the streets, but he got a documented snitch working for him who got caught with 30 birds. But Malcolm X warned us about people like that. So I don't even want to hear. I ain't even trying to hear that these two sisters need to come. Now, at the end of the day, Megan Thee Stallion been snaking people. She been snaking people. She, that's just how she get down. And that's why she was sitting up there talking about she'll go after people and all this stuff, threatening people who made videos talking about, like, man, you can't do nothing. Like, stop it. Like, stop it. I'm just really thinking. I mean, like I said, that was one of the worst court cases I ever saw in my life. Tory Lanez should not have got convicted. Jonathan Majors should not have got convicted, and Travis Rudolph shouldn't have went to trial in the first place. Snoop Dogg shouldn't have went to trial in the first place. But they always seem to be this emotional hard on, especially from women or white men when it comes to black celebrities, especially if they are a black male. The prosecutor that tried to put Travis Rudolph in jail was a black lady. They had overwhelming evidence that basically his ex-girlfriend instigated, told lies, tore up his house, damaged his house, and nothing happened to her. She didn't get charged with nothing, got off scot-free. Call somebody to get deleted and all, and this is why to this day I don't be getting in domestic situations with family members, because at the end of the day they'll still go back with the Negro. Man, you wasted your time. Ain't nothing gonna happen to Megan Thee Stallion. It's obvious that Megan Thee Stallion hasn't been truthful. Now everybody's saying, but Town, it came from Whack 100. So listen, the stuff that Whack 100 is talking about, I already said that there was possibly an issue with suppressed evidence. He ain't saying nothing that I already knew or talked about, or that other people talked about. They couldn't even find Tory Lanez's DNA on the so-called weapon. I didn't see no X-rays of Megan Thee Stallion's foot. I don't know if they showed them, but like I said, the testimony, the people that testified, the people that was covering, it looked like everything was going in Tory Lanez's favor. And then they said it was some shady stuff that the prosecutors did behind the scenes. So if there is a video, which the whole premise of him, why he shouldn't have got convicted, was allegedly they didn't have no video. There was nobody that could testify that Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion. And I think they did a residue test too. He been trying to file an appeal. Like I said, this trial stunk from the beginning. It stunk from the beginning. It was bogus, and everybody know it was bogus. Now, like I said, Wack already talking about stuff that people already was knew about anyway. But the funny thing is about Wack 100, he said he ain't seen the tape. But one thing about Wack 100, he sure seemed to have information on everybody. He allegedly be having videotape and having other people's paperwork. Like I said before, the only time you get people's paperwork from law enforcement, you just can't get any type of paperwork. The only time you get somebody's paperwork and get personal files, especially on CIs, you got to be in law enforcement yourself. They don't give civilians information on people on CIs because you could lose your badge. So when I heard Wack talking about that, I was thinking to myself, okay, you kind of been hinting. Then keep in mind, Wack 100 been talking about the other stuff. And this is what I'll be saying. And I've always believed that the dude was a plant, because I think his wife worked in law enforcement. I think she either a parole officer or a probation officer, but she worked in some kind of law enforcement. Because all them people is connected together. They can call in favors and say, hey, I need you to do this. I need to do that. Did I see the video? No, I heard the interview with Wack. I already, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the stuff that he's saying, I already had been saying before he was saying it. God already heard about them suppressing evidence because I covered it. It was a lot. So, like I said before, Wack ain't saying nothing that I already didn't know and had already heard about. So he just basically solidifying what I've been saying. But like I said before, if there is this alleged video, and it does resurface somehow, some way, like I said, everybody that participated in this court case, including the prosecutors, they should be disbarred. They should be fired. They should never be allowed to practice law ever again. But it's not out of the norm for them to suppress evidence. Well, that's what I said they did. Yeah, that's what I said. When you fire a weapon, you have gunpowder residue on your hands, and it's not visible. They put this stuff on your hands to see if you fired a gun, and they could tell whether you fired a gun or not. The only way you can get it off, or wash it off, if you put lighter fluid on your hands. And don't ask me how I know. You can get that, you can wash it off. Or you can burn the clothes. Like if you fire a gun, if you pour a little bit of lighter fluid that you use to barbecue and stuff, you can wash that right off your hands and they won't be able to detect it. And don't ask me how I know. I know. And that's all I'm gonna say. Don't ask me how I know. And they didn't have enough time to do all that. They ran tests on Tory Lanez. So that's why I'm trying to figure out why was he the one. Like I said, at the end of the day, they were just trying to pin this on him. I don't even think they cared who shot Megan Thee Stallion. I think this was all about pinning this on Tory Lanez. And I'm just trying to help. Don't ask me how I know. I'm just saying I know. I'm just saying, if you pour some lighter fluid on your hands and stuff and wash it off, they ain't gonna be able to detect that. So I mean, it's the same as drinking 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar before you take a piss test. So I'm just saying. Yeah, they real bro. Listen, the thing with Jonathan Majors, they didn't care whether they had evidence. They had visual evidence. Jonathan Majors running from the lady chasing him and stuff. The man basically got convicted for taking his own shit back. From taking his own property back. And that's basically what they did. That's basically how they got OJ. That's basically how they got OJ, for him going with some dudes basically to take back his own stuff. Yeah. That's exactly what happened with OJ. Jonathan Majors got convicted from trying to take his own stuff back that belonged to him. So you tell me how the justice system is fair and stuff. Like I said before, women is never held accountable. They sit up here and make it look like they got it so bad, but they can sit up there and just literally, a white woman can literally just sit up there and say that a black man did something to her, and then she can either send him to jail or she could ruin his reputation. And even when it's proven that the person lied, somehow, some way, they still try to make it the victim's fault. Oh, well, you need to just let this go. Don't sue her. Don't sue her. Because think about all the other. Fuck them. Man, for real. For real. They can go to hell. It ain't my job to save everybody. It ain't my job to protect her. Do anybody protect us brothers out here? Who protecting us? Like KRS-One said, who protects us from you? Who protecting us? Where's our protection? Who looking out for us? You never hear that. You know what they tell us when we get dead wrong? Move on. Get over it. You being too emotional. They only play that tune for us. Nah, but for real, that's what happened to Jonathan Major. That man got convicted for trying to take his own stuff back. Never mind that she got physical with him. And then you had Claudia Jordan's, who, man, I'm gonna have to do a separate video for Claudia Jordan, Mrs. Sometimes I'm black, sometimes I'm not. Claudia Jordan is one of the fakest people I ever seen in my life. Claudia Jordan is just mad because she's reduced to working on Fox Soul, a platform that nobody watches, that nobody cares about. Claudia Jordan would jump at the chance to be on CNN and all them so-called major white-owned platforms. Because the thing is with Claudia Jordan just a couple of years ago, she want to be black when it's convenient. I could find a video where she says she get tired of people trying to claim her, the black community trying to claim her as just being black. But then when she have an issue with black men, then she want to call herself a black woman with her fucked up looking feet. Um, there's her and Oprah Winfrey going toe to toe, literally who has the worst looking feet. And you can send that to Claudia Jordan and tell her Town Biz said it too. So I'm just saying, you didn't have these people drag Tory Lane's name through the mud. Listen, Tory Lane ain't what you call the best person in the world, but at the same time, he shouldn't be where he is if he didn't do it. And like I said before, Kelsey wouldn't have asked for immunity if she didn't have something to hide. And like I said before, I remember when she was saying, "Oh, I don't have nothing to say," and she kept saying, "I'll plead." I think she kept pleading the fifth. She said, "We'll give you immunity. We give you immunity." She said, "I don't have nothing to say." And then you had TMZ, of course, who couldn't wait to run Tory Lane's name through the mud. Harvey with his, oh man, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool. I ain't even gonna go in on Harb. I ain't even gonna go in on Harvey because Harvey known for Harvey is known for trying to you know what I'm saying, mark down videos. So I'm gonna be cool. Him and a few other people, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. So but as I said before, I followed this trial very closely. Y'all remember when I was covering the trial? Like I said, you had well-established lawyers that they were asking. They were like, "Well, what do you think is going to happen?" They were saying, "Hey, I don't think it's enough evidence to, convict Tory Lanez. I think he's going to walk." And then when the verdict came out, people were just shocked. They were shocked. And if you think I'm lying, go back and listen to what Tory Lanez's father said after the conviction. Oh, I appreciate that, big dog. Appreciate that, East Oak, 90th and man. Go, go look at what Tory Lanez's father said after Tory Lanez was convicted. He named names. I'm gonna save that for Saturday because, like I said, I'm just chillaxing now. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting prepared for the weekend because the weekend that's when I'm really gonna go in because like I got a lot to say this weekend. Because I'm just tired of people targeting black men, and I'm just tired of people making black men literally their whipping boys. You know, because there's some other stuff that I got to. It's some other stuff that I got to cover. But like I said before, Megan Thee Stallion, she shouldn't have a career. But like I said before, there goes your believe all women stuff, and I'm still waiting to see these women that were making these videos trashing black men in behind Brick Lady, which once again, I was one of I was one of the few people that just said, "Hey man, I believe she lied." There were other people, but to the people that made the, "Oh, black man ain't this." Here's the thing. Protection goes both ways. to the women in our community, we not asking you to physically protect us, but damn, can you verbally protect us? For real. Nah. Just stay tuned this Saturday because it's a video that I'm gonna drop. Like I because I'm gonna have to speak on people that don't look like us sitting up here trying to form a assessment of black men. It's bad enough we got our black women doing it, but oh no, I'm not gonna let no non-black sit up here and demonize black men and portray black men in a image that we shouldn't be portrayed. Because like I said, at the end of the day, if you want to get technical, we ain't obligated to risk our life for nobody. What we've been told? We've been told that we're not needed. But then at the same time, people say we don't protect them. I'm gonna tell you a quick little story though. Y'all gonna love this story. This is exactly what I'm talking about. How they want to have their cake and eat it too. Black women in particularly. Not all black women, but a lot of them. A couple of weeks ago, I was at Winco. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I'm gonna speak on that. Stay tuned, man. Hey, I'm gonna do a stream yard East Oakland. So come through on Saturday, man. I'm gonna let you cook. You can cook with me. But yeah, we know about Rat Nation. We know about Joe Camel. But check this story out though. Check this story out. And this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about though. How they want their cake and eat it too. They want us to protect them, but then at the same time, they hollering about how they don't need it. Now I'm sitting up in Winco, man. I'm sitting up in Winco, and I see this black lady walk behind me. I'm grabbing my basket and I'm finna go because I shop like late at night because I like to, that's when they restock and that's when they putting the fresh stuff out. So this lady walk in, I'm not even trying to get at her. I'm just, doing a nice gesture. So I pull out a basket and try to hand her a basket. I say, here you go. Oh, I don't need that. I mean, she just literally snapped at me. So I didn't say nothing. I walked away. So 5 minutes later, she see me. She say, I'm sorry. She say, I didn't mean to do that. She say, I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve that. And I said, that's okay. I said, that's fine. I'm sorry. Just somebody on the phone made me mad. You didn't deserve that. I give her credit. She came back and apologized. But that's what I'm saying. What about the ones that don't apologize? I mean, she just literally snapped at me. Oh, and I don't know about that. I would have to check it out. But dude be getting he be putting stuff out there though. But yeah, that's the point that I'm making though. I mean, sister girl just snapped at me. Now I could have just like went off on her, but I took the high road. But she came back and apologized. But the ones that don't apologize, the ones that had that attitude, and these will be the same ones that'll sit up there and make these damn videos talk about why won't nobody say nothing to them? Why won't nobody approach them? Why won't nobody act? The same ones. Them the same ones that'll say they don't need no man. But then they'll get in their car or something when they get home, they'll make a video saying that, nobody opens the door for women anymore. People see me reaching, to get stuff off the top shelf. I'm not tall enough. They just sit there and just see me and they don't, hey, because when we do, you give us attitude. I mean, we can't win for losing. So, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. But then they the same ones hollering about they need protection. Like either you need our protection or you don't. And you can't have it when you want it. And when you don't want it, you say you don't need it. Either you need it all the time or you don't need it none of the time. Can't be inconsistent. So if you say you don't need a man, hey, don't sit up there and make no videos about you have to change a tire by yourself, you have to change your oil by yourself, you have to go to the mechanics and you have to do this. Because remember, you said you don't need us. Oh, for real? Oh, your sister got a podcast? Hey, tell her friends, please don't come my way. I'll be need that kind of stuff. I'll be need. I don't like dealing with them. I don't like dealing with them. I don't like dealing with them. Oh man, I don't like dealing with them Butch Cassidys. I don't like dealing with them Butch Cassidys because at the end of the day they when you flex on them hard enough they snap out of it. Then they'll start hollering about, oh, I'm a good. So but nah, but I'm just saying. But them be the ones that be saying that them be the ones that's supposed to be into us. Like I said, you can't have it both ways. Make up your mind. Either you need us or you don't. Okay, you can't turn. This ain't a faucet. This ain't the light switch. You can't. This ain't a light switch. You can't and then turn it on when you want to. That's all. That's all I'm saying. No, I could be a lot further than what I am though if I wasn't too real with these people. I mean, if I decided not to, you know, do what and present stuff like how I presented, I could be a lot bigger. If I watered down my channel and beat around the bush, I could be a lot bigger. But I just say what's on my mind because, like I said, I'm born and bred in Oakland for real, for sure, for sure. And by the way, I'm very disappointed. I'm very sad that they closed down that Denny's on Hagenberger behind the Coliseum. I got so many good memories there, coming to that Denny's, after A's games, Raiders games, Warriors games. Man, just shut it down yesterday. Real sad. But, you know, but like I said before, in closing, like I said before, I'm gonna pay attention to this. We gonna see what happens if a video shows up. And if it turns out that Megan Thee Stallion is possibly the liar that a lot of people think she is, I want to see if she gonna be held accountable, and I want to see if people gonna retract all their garbage that they put out about black men and attack black men, and they are protect women, believe all women. So we gonna see. But anyway, this your boy Town. I'm out.